Everyone, I thought I would just make a video. I'm using my laptop, so the quality, I guess, isn't isn't that great, but as long as you can see me, I think that's probably the main thing. And if you can hear something in the background, sorry, that's the washing machine going. I've got washing my son's coat, which he got very dirty at school. So yeah, I just wanted to come in here and share a video with you about a challenge that I've been doing, and it's called the 21 Days of Abundance challenge, and it's kind of come from a guru called Deepak Chopra. I hope I'm saying his name right, and I think it's kind of spreading actually, because this was actually the second time that I had been invited to do this challenge. And the challenge kind of consists of like 15 to 30 minute kind of daily tasks, and also you get a meditation with it as well. The meditation is absolutely kind of fantastic, but there's some things that I would do differently when I kind of do the meditations. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do them kind of in the morning all the time because of kind of work kind of commitments and so on, and yeah, so most of my meditation time was in the evening when I was tired, which meant that I was kind of falling asleep. And even though it was going in kind of subconsciously, I would have liked to have been kind of somewhat more alert when I was listening to the meditations. So yeah, so this is the second time, like I said, that I had been invited to do this challenge. Although the first time was like just before, a few weeks before Christmas. My friend invited me to join kind of her group. At the time I hadn't heard of it, and but the whole kind of philosophy behind it and everything, kind of the gratitude and everything is something that I kind of felt kind of resonated with me, and what I wanted to kind of bring into my life. Although at that time I just feel as though I obviously wasn't ready to do that task, to that challenge, sorry, because I wasn't an active participant. I didn't do the daily tasks, and yeah, so I didn't get anything, I didn't get anything kind of from it. Although she did keep me in the group, and at times I would just kind of scroll through what some other people had kind of written, and yeah, it all seemed kind of really positive. So after Christmas it kind of reared its head again, and yeah, so just I think it was the first or second week in January, and my friend invited me to join his group, and I was like, oh, like, what's this? I've just kind of been like a part of a group, and yeah, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. I tried to do it last time, but it didn't kind of work, and he was like, I don't know what your blockage is, but because I know that you want to do this. And I thought, oh my gosh, this guy knows me too well. So yeah, anyway, I decided that I was going to join his challenge, and also thinking about what my intention was for the new year 2020. My intention was for kind of self-development, to develop my inner and outer self, kind of spiritual self, and self kind of love as well. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this. The universe has kind of aligned me with it again for a second time, so there must be a reason why I need to do this. And to be honest, I'm so glad that I did. And yeah, I'm so glad that I did, because I feel like it has been a kind of transformative kind of process for me. I'm not saying that every single aspect of my life is perfect, is because of this particular challenge, but has made me think differently, and it's made me kind of more grateful for the people that I have in my life, the things that I have in my life, and that doesn't mean kind of material things. And it has made me more grateful for actually being me, the person that I am, which is something that I think I've struggled with a little bit. So so it's 3 weeks, the actual challenge, and I feel like each week has a different type of focus. Like the first week was more about kind of gratitude for people around you, about happiness, and then also there was a little bit about kind of wealth and like what you kind of how you feel about kind of how you feel about kind of money, and how, you know, we are abundant, and our birthright is to have all the things that we want in life, which is to be abundant in love, which is to be abundant in wealth, health, and all those things, which is so true. And then there was another aspect to the actual challenge which looked more at thinking about your relationships with your family. With, in particular, it mentions your mother, but you can use another person. It could be your dad or maybe someone close to you. So it makes you think about your relationship with them, like what things you will take from them, what kind of things that you learned from them which you probably won't take on. Also, it makes you kind of think about what their attitude was even towards money, and how that kind of impacts on the person that you are and what you will kind of take on in your life. Because, you know, not all things that we have grown up seeing or hearing we will kind of follow through in life. We will, you know, take some things and then we'll leave others, things that potentially may not serve us or don't align with us, and that's true, and I think that would be true for everybody. And then it kind of looks, I think the last kind of week I feel looks at more of kind of like self-love, thinking about kind of little kind of luxuries for yourself, kind of self-care, the way that you kind of see yourself, and how to make yourself feel good. I'm going to show you I'm not going to show you in detail, but this is the book that I wrote it in. The Mind is Everything, What You Think You Become. I love this journal, well, this book, I just notepad. It's one of the Buddha quotes. So this is literally, oh, I don't know if you can see that. I want to kind of show you inside actually, but this is literally you can't really see it, can you? My notepad full of all the tasks, because it does require you to have a notepad and also to write everything down. So yeah, I've just got on a page now where it says, you know, this was day 9. I'll give you an example of day 9. 5 things that are limiting me. So I had to think about 5 things that were limiting me. Then I think the following day it was about the items from the day before which I want to transform. So like on my list of things, the things that were limiting me were things like being like self-doubt, kind of procrastination. And then the following day it was about, well, how are you going to transform these? How are you going to kind of change your thinking around them? So for me, procrastination has been like a big thing, kind of putting things off, because often the reason why we put things off because we have a fear that we're not going to be able to do it. We have a fear of maybe commitment to it. We have a fear that or even that we feel like we don't know how to move forward, to be honest with you. And I think a lot of those things definitely just do kind of resonate with me. So I decided, and I feel what this actual challenge has done for me is it's helped me to act on the things that I want to do, and to have more belief kind of in myself, and not to kind of like to overthink. I think everybody I think that everybody, you know, sometimes doubts themselves or kind of puts things off, but it's not, you can't do that so that it impacts your life, and it impacts kind of where you want to be in your life. So yeah, and I'll talk about day 3, because that was also kind of like a breakthrough, I think, for me within this. Day 3 was where you had to kind of set up your own abundance group. My group is actually still running at the moment, and this was the task that I thought, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to be even stay in this group any longer, because I don't know if I can had a lot of kind of fear around kind of setting up my own abundance group. The fact that I felt like I didn't know much about kind of being abundant. Like, what do I have to say about it? How can I support anybody else? I'm in this group because I need support. I felt that, you know, what I had to say didn't really matter. I never really saw myself as a leader in any way. And if I also committed to running to facilitating this my own 21-day abundance challenge, then that means I had to commit to this group that I was in. I couldn't leave it because obviously I needed to get the tasks and the challenges. So another thing with this challenge is that if you are not keeping up with the daily tasks, you will be removed from the group. So so yeah, you have to have a level of commitment to it. But yeah, so that kind of task 3 did scare me, but I did it, and I came through it, and I actually found out that I quite like kind of leading and kind of supporting people in their journey. And it doesn't matter that I kind of don't know a lot, and a lot of people kind of don't know a lot about the things that they're doing, but they learn as they go along, and you learn from other people. So that's something which I think that I've kind of picked up on. Also, part of that task, like I said, was that part of the challenge is that if people aren't keeping up with the tasks, you have to let them go, as in you have to remove them from the group. And it might sound kind of strange, but it felt quite freeing for me to kind of like release people from the group that weren't ready. And not because I have this like control thing or anything, but because I think sometimes within my own life I can hold on to things and which might not have, which might not be serving me. And I found it difficult to kind of execute my right, or exercise my right, I should say, to say no to certain things as well, certain things that don't serve me or don't align kind of with who I am, and I can tend to keep going with things. But yeah, so that actually felt quite freeing, to be honest. There was another thing as well, which so I think also what this whole challenge has kind of brought for me is that this life, this experience, which I would probably like to say is that it's more than just me. It's not just kind of about me and what I am going through. It's about community. It's about a village. It's about kind of sharing knowledge and having love in your heart as well for everybody, even though you might not agree with what they're doing. So yeah, sorry, my washing machine is going off in the background. It does this little song when it's finished. Yeah, so I'm feeling really grateful of the realization that this life is more than me, and it means that I want to kind of go ahead and kind of do more and share more, even if I don't know a lot about abundance or kind of living life with kind of gratitude, or being the most kind of spiritual kind of person, because sometimes what you say can impact on just one person. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch of people, or just sharing what you know might just impact on one person. And I've had this thing where I wanted to kind of set up a women's circle, and again, that doesn't mean that I know a lot about women's things. Yes, I'm a woman, and I have I've got children, and yeah, but it doesn't mean that I kind of know a lot. But I feel like I've got this urge in me to kind of set up a space where women can come together, set intentions, release in a ritualistic kind of way. I'm kind of learning a lot about kind of rituals, and also kind of from an African context. So yeah, that's something that I'm definitely going to do, and also it's given me an idea for a book as well that I want to write too. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that this process, 21 Days of Abundance, has been amazing. It's opened my eyes. I have learned a lot about myself, and if you do come across it, I would say go for it, do it. And when you do it, commit to it. Put yourself into the task. Don't do it half-heartedly, because you won't get what you want from it. Although you can go ahead and do it a number of times if you want to. I don't think I'll do it again this year. I think I would potentially, maybe like next year, I might do it again. But yeah, I think that I have really enjoyed the experience, and I'm truly grateful. So I would recommend doing the 21 Days of Abundance Challenge, and I'm going to leave it there for now, because I have a massage client in about 5 minutes, and they're going to be turning up, and I'm going to be filming myself, and I don't want that to be happening. Okay, so anyway, it was lovely talking to you all. If you have done the challenge, kind of leave any comments below and let me know how it was for you. I would love to know. And if you've held any kind of like women's circles or anything, like what was your experience been? Is there anything that I should kind of like focus on? But to be honest, I'm more wanting the group to kind of, lead, but it'd be nice to have themes and things like that for each time we meet. Anyway, bye. Thank you so much for listening. Bye everyone.